Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Daniela, and today I'll continue watching The Punisher, this time episode 4 of the second season. And talking about seasons, apparently there won't be another one, and it sucks so much. I mean, we kind of expecting it, but now that it's kind of official, it's such a sad news. I am so sad. I loved watching John Berthal as the Punisher, and I know that a lot of people didn't agree with him as Frank Castle, but in my opinion, he was, well, he still is perfect. He put his soul and heart into portraying as best as he could, and I think he did a great job. Huh. And I'm so sad. Can't believe it. Well, life, I guess. Anyway, in the last episode, um, Billy escaped. Frank was almost shot by preacher, not preacher, Pilgrim. I have no idea why I think about preacher, but I guess it's kind of the same thing. So, yeah, by Pilgrim. Again, I have so much. Why is so hard to remember? Preacher, not preacher. Oh my God, I swear to God, he was almost shot by Pilgrim. But again, Danny saved the day. So, yeah. And recap. Something else happened? I don't think so. I don't know. Why it's such a mess? This is such a mess. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Focus. I'm focused. Anyway, as usual, the episode is ready to start, and it started to get warm outside, so I don't need fire anymore. But I still got a cup of tea. So, without further ado, let's do this. Doesn't look that bad.
What? This is some Edward Scissorhands shit right here. What happened, Dad? Did Mommy stick your face in a blender? What do you want, freak?
He could have chosen some better clothes though.
Police are searching for Billy Russo,
Yeah,
who has escaped from a
perfect
secure
timing.
hospital facility and is suspected of several murders. NYPD says Russo is dangerous and should not be approached. Russo was last seen wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt around 7 p.m. on the corner of Northern Boulevard and 122nd. And now a breaking news update.
Police are searching for this man who escaped from a secure hospital facility late last month.
Again, perfect
Suspect
timing.
Russo is
They are
causing everyone
spying.
to be extremely dangerous.
They know when you're watching.
Do not attempt to apprehend him. Hang in there.
like the Kitten? Ate the kitten? Hanging on the branch, right? Hang in there. Man, they still love that. Hang in there. I used to have the poster, the poster back in the group home. See if we had a, see if we had a choice, you know.
They make masks that help them represent what they want to portray to the outside world. You already have the mask. Why don't you try it?
Wait, he had the mask before?
Decorate this thing.
That's exactly what I mean.
I hope it was the doctor's idea to wear it just to, I don't know, protect his scars or something, and not
Hey, get a finger.
Billy's.
Just do me a favor and think on this.
Even if, like, knowing Billy, probably
What face do you want the
he
world
was the
to
one
see?
that came with the idea. She killed the vest. Wasn't Franken.
Okay, that blood, it's yours and it's mine and it's his.
And did the chapter
Maybe
in
you
her
moved on,
life?
Frank. Maybe you got closure. Good for you. But he hasn't. Okay, the only closure Billy would have understood is a bullet in the head.
For Christ's sake, none of you had the shot. You didn't take it. What do you want from me?
You think I don't know that? I went to see him in the hospital every day once I was recovered. Because I wanted to hear him admit what he did. I trusted him just like you. Yeah, maybe that's why you couldn't kill him either.
Excuse me?
Maybe that's why you couldn't kill him either.
No, killing him would have been too easy.
Yeah, you're too hard.
That why I'm here, Madani, to take the shot that you couldn't?
Just give me names. Names, places, anything I can use to find him.
Yeah, I would have thought you knew better by now, Madani. This shit never ends. Trust me.
See, whatever it is that you wanted him to live with, you knocked it clean out of his head. And that's the irony. See, now everybody but him has to live with what he did. And what you did too, Frank. You should have put him down for good. You see, I figured it's easy not giving a shit. Not caring about anybody, running from all sorts of feelings, worrying about nobody but yourself. Sounds miserable as hell, but easy, I guess. But Frank, I want a real life. And a life that doesn't include me pulling guard duty in my own apartment.
I get it.
One time, Frank didn't kill someone, and he's getting so much shit for it.
Hey! Let me out! Hey, let me out! Let me out!
Hey, you alright?
Hey! Never lock me inside like that ever again! Do you hear me? Never do that to me ever again! I hate you! Did you ever lock me inside ever?
Getting slapped by a kid. Another first for Frank.
You don't get it. He killed everybody that I've ever cared about. How do you think that feels?
Gee, I don't know, please tell him more. He has no idea how it is to lose
So what are you gonna
everyone
do
you
about
love.
it?
Do about it? What can
What?
They're gone. Dead.
Yeah, like his
And he wants to kill
family.
me too now. Us.
What the hell happened to your face?
Don't talk about his face. He's sensitive.
Accident.
I messed with my head. It's all messed up in there, you know. Remembered your address though. Clear as day. Crazy, huh?
You were a good-looking kid. It's a damn shame.
Ew, don't be gross.
You ain't so fussy anymore. Now you ain't so pretty.
And you're gonna die. It's like Hannibal, but without the eating part. It's like only kill the root.
They killed your whole family right in front of you. Why why didn't you tell me?
It wasn't your place to know. It's not that he's broadcasting to the world at his friend castle,
And you killed them for it.
and you kept trying to get away, so didn't have that much trust in you. I don't know. Pick one.
Did it make you feel better?
Sometimes.
What does that mean?
I was the best version of myself out there in the surface. Swift, silent, deadly. We all were. We all were. All of those things.
And
We
yet,
were a family, and we were fighting for something. We weren't afraid of shit.
you had no problem
And
betraying them all.
now there's this something just on the edges of my mind, just like a dark shadow just waiting for me. Thing is, Doc, I deserve to feel the fear.
Hmm? You deserve a lot more than fear, to be
I don't know
honest.
why, but I know. I deserve this.
What if you opened your mind to the idea of redemption? Every human being deserves that, I promise you. I will help you get there.
So that happened. Of course, she didn't call the police. Why would she? I mean, it's not that Billy is dangerous or something. We got a closer look to Billy's face, and it didn't look that bad. I wasn't expecting him to look like the original character or something because, Billy got treated in a hospital. He had a lot of reconstructive surgeries done, so I guess it's plausible to, look human. I was expecting his right cheek, the one that got scraped on the mirror, to look a little worse, but you know, I know that his scars are not the main point of his character. Uh, a little side note, talking about scars, I too had an accident when I was a kid at my face, and I had a lot of cuts on my face, especially this part. But the only scar that I have is this small one, and I don't even know if you can see it. It's a little small here, and sometimes I have a scar at top of my lip, and sometimes I don't know why, but only sometimes I have one also on my nose. It's not actually a scar, it's more like a little red mark, and that's it. So I'm guessing, again, kind of makes sense not to look that bad. I can't stop but thinking when and if Billy will use the name Jigsaw as his persona, I guess. He got rid of the mask, embracing maybe his this new personality. So is he ever gonna call himself Jigsaw? I don't know, but I'm just wondering. So Billy said that what happened to him in his childhood made him who he is, but I can't agree with that at least 100% because um and of course I don't want to offend anyone, it's just my opinion, but I think that you have to be born with something to, you know, to become a bad man or a good man. um, Worse things happen to a lot of kids and they don't grow up into killers. And you know, there are kids out there that grew in loving family, had everything they wanted, and still they end up, you know, a criminal. So I'm not trying to offend anyone, it's just my opinion, but I don't think that, you know, just what happened to you in the past makes you what you are when you grow up. I think again you have to be born with something. Of course, what happens to you, it affects you and it makes you act in a certain way. But if you don't have it in you, you don't do anything about it, good or bad. So again, you have to be born with something, and if that something is fed up with bad things, you end up a bad person. But if, you know, the same is with the good things, of course. Like, take for example Frank. His father was very involved in his life, came out at all his matches, and yet Frank ended up being the Punisher. And yes, the death of his family had something to do with it, but even before, he had no problem, you know, shooting people and um, you know, being covered in blood, I guess, as he said. So again, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I'm just saying that he can blame what happened to him in the past um, for what he is now, or at least before the accident. Like I said before, Frank is blamed for not killing Billy, and I don't understand. Till now they were like, killing is bad, stop killing people, and now they're all like, you should have killed him, why didn't you kill him? You know, it's bad killing people until something more personal is happening, then it's okay. And I mean, I don't understand it. Curtis Hill's speech, I I don't think it was his place to say what he said when it was like, it's easy not giving a shit, um, not caring for anyone, worrying about yourself, um, running away from your feelings. You know, it's easy. He was like talking about Billy, not Frank, and I guess that's what made me a little angry. It was definitely wasn't his place. Like, isn't normal to not to try at least not get attached with anyone after something like that happened to you? Like, his family got killed just because they were his family. They didn't do anything wrong. It's like his kids, his wife, they weren't like, I don't know, didn't had any connection with the mafia or something like this. They were innocent, and yet they were killed just because they they were his family. So I don't understand why you're talking about running away from feelings when he knew what happened to them. And then it was like, again, not caring for anyone but yourself. Like, killing a criminal doesn't help him that much. He doesn't gain anything from it. He just makes sure that other people don't get hurt. Isn't that caring or worrying for anyone? And not giving a shit is just so weird when you talk about Frank. Just because he is able to pull the trigger doesn't mean that it's easy on him, or he doesn't think about it. Like he said when he was talking about when he was talking with Daredevil on the rooftop, he's not just an asshole that goes around unloading on whoever he wants. It made me feel so sad, because maybe because it came from Curtis. I was expecting from anyone else, but not him. He knows him. He knows Frank. I mean, I hope I'm not too biased. I'm trying not to be too biased. I get why Frank didn't kill Billy. Who better than him knows about guilt? It's no mystery that Frank feels guilty for the death of his family. So he wanted Billy to feel at least a small portion of how it is. You know, I remember in the first season he said to Billy that, you know, dying's easy. He wakes up most morning and he hopes for it. And he also said that Billy doesn't know anything about it, but he will. So yeah, apparently, talking about this, apparently Billy feels that what happened to him, it was deserved. So I'm guessing Frank didn't fail completely. Of course, that Billy showed up at the doctor's door. She let him in with no problem. Like, she was about to call the police. Then she remembered talking with Billy about redemption and second chances and things like that. Kind of remind me again of Daredevil when he was talking on the rooftop with Frank about the same things, redemption and second chances, and Frank didn't, you know, agree too much with this. And second chances for what? To kill again? So, yeah, I can't help but think um, at Billy in the same way, like, second chance to do what? To kill again? Oh wait, he did kill again. Killed two people already. I'm not saying that the old guy didn't deserve it, because in my opinion he did deserve it. But the first guy, I mean, yes, he was an asshole, but like, you don't deserve to die from just being an asshole. So yeah, him. I just can't take my mind at the fact that she was about to call the police. Billy showed up at her door, covered in blood, and not his blood, because she asked, and he said, "No, it's not mine." So, like, it's understandable that he killed someone. It's not that you just have someone's blood on you just because, I don't know, you were walking on the street and suddenly you are covered in blood. So at this point, I don't know what exactly has to do for, you know, until she realized he needs to be locked. He has to pay for what he did, and I'm not saying necessarily that he has to die, but at least like he has to go to jail. He has to be in prison, far away, somewhere where he can hurt anyone else. Anyway, I think this is all I have to say for today's episode. And I noticed that there wasn't Pilgrim in this episode. It's a first. So maybe we'll see him in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time. Bye.